Alright, so, alright, guys, so I decided to talk about how my mom moved to Poland ever since April 6th, 2024. It was a Saturday, and I decided to make this video for you guys, and just as well as my own taking over with this. And I gotta give a good full story for you guys. Since electricity outage brought in for over 11 hours back at the March 31st, that Sunday, I was waiting and waiting, but then I go to bed and I really having my afraid of the darkness, basically known as nectophobia for some reason. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, people. And 6 days after that, I did just say goodbye to my mom when she moved to Poland. Kind of asked her to get 2 months, but 2 months didn't help. And so that took her only 6 months to go home. And before she was arrived in Poland, she was eventually moved to lesser Poland, including the capital Krakow, to Zator. That's where my mom lived, in Zator, and where she works this park located, which was called Energilandia. And that's exactly I decided to talk about it. And how did all this came to be? There was restaurant location where she worked as the employee, as an ice cream delivery. Well, she's actually a ice cream baker for some reason, and that's how she is basically the employee. And so I have a lots of free video for this. It's all I can say. My mom did her work. With my aunt Lily also went in. They have a lot of work over for about 6 months, while still having over my present day working out the fitness ever since for about 8 months. And so I still remain, but my stomach will never lower it down when it gets heavy enough. I've been keep going. When I keep going, it makes me feel proud to take, and I could say that makes no sense. And that's exactly what I've still ever been going on in all days and or not. It's just pretty damn obvious. It's pretty damn obvious about this. And whatever it takes, no limit for me. I Before my posting videos of playing Doom Wed with Doom mods, I have tournament with 3 Doom mods to play for 30 episodes over from April to May. And before we celebrated Independence Day, although it was a deadly climate exchange scene where flood brought in, the flood brought in inside the home, inside the market, all over the places. There was a huge water. When you smell something that it stinks while I was buying it, although there is no electricity following a 11-hour power outage as well. Actually, it's a 12 hours. So it before it before electricity managed to give it back for about 12 hours, over 6 p.m. at the time. And um just before that, I could say whatever I say. And just before all that works, and now I still have my continuation with fitness. It happened for back as well from Sunday. But it's all over the news. And I could say whatever that means, it makes no intentions. And before we got it back, since early on for about next month, my mom was able to go home for over time, where she floated through throughout the Krakow to Kutaisi. This is where she decided to return home. Nearby was located in Georgia before returning back to the city Tbilisi, and before through my newly, but there was a deadly conflict between Russia and Ukraine. That war happened for 2 years. It still continues anyway.